We can use same code many times. Okay, structure code. One object may contain many information. Okay, it is user defined data structure so that we can create field, for instance, for us per choice. Okay, good. Anki. Okay, this is an important point. Code divides in many parts. Try to understand one simple code. If I write a program to print mark sheet of n students, if I do not use the classes objects, then I have to write all the program in one simple code. I have to write all the line in one simple program using procedure-oriented approach. That code may be contain 500 lines, 1000 lines, 2000 lines, 4000 lines. Okay. Suppose you have written the same program using C language for printing mark sheet of n students. So it's very difficult to maintain the code. First thing, I cannot reuse the code. Second thing, I cannot extend the code. Now, whatever features are there, object-oriented programming. What are the features of object-oriented programming? Inheritance is there, polymorphism is there, operator overloading is there, function overloading is there. All these things may not be used for procedure-oriented language. That's why I must switch to object-oriented programming language. Okay, it's very simple. So where we create objects, we create a class. What is class? We define basic member functions in the class, and we create the instance of the class. That's called as object. Okay, let us start now. What is our classes object? How to define classes objects in Python? It's very simple. Define a keyword class, class name. Class is the keyword, and here data member x equal to 5. So what happened now? Here we are creating class and just creating data member. That's it. We are not doing any other work. So here one class is created of name my class x equal to 5. In the same way, you can create the class for students, 100 students. How? A student contain information, your name, branch, year. But you can define class space student. Okay, and here data members are, what are data members? First name, last name, middle name, branch, year. In the same way, you can create the class for a car. Class space 4-wheeler colon. What are the features of 4-wheeler? Its color, its brand, its cost. You can create class for anything in the world. Class for employee, class space employee colon, employee name, employee date of birth, employee department, employee age. So depending on how much parameter you need, it's called data members. What do we name this? Data members. Now I want to use this class. Suppose that I give a simple example, then your idea would be more clear. Suppose that I want to create the class for students, class student. Okay, so I increase the font for better visibility. Class student. Okay, so what are the features of students? Class students, name, and I'm not writing any code. Name, class, a branch, better branch, year, class, branch, year, and suppose mark, physics mark, chemistry marks, math mark, total grade. What is this? This is a student class with these features. Now for the student class, what I need? First step 1 is input. What is this input? Input is a member function which assign values to, okay, name, branch, year, physics, chemistry, math. Okay, input is a function. Okay, what is this input? Input is data, is member function which assigns value to name, branch, year, physics, chemistry, mathematics. So what I need to calculate? I need to calculate total of physics, chemistry, mathematics. Okay, so what I will do? I will define calculate total function, again is member function, okay, which calculate total. Okay, what happened here? Your total becomes your physics, chemistry, mathematics. Physics plus chemistry plus math. Okay, so this is second member function, calculate total. Fine. First member function is input, okay, and second member function is calculate total. Now I want to print the grade also depending on the total. So again what I do my steps, first is take the input, step second, so this is my first step. Step first, create class. Okay, this is my first step, create class. My step second is define the member function of name input, which will take the input for physics, chemistry, mathematics. Okay, my step 3 is define a member function of name calculate total. You can give any name. I am giving here calculate total function name. You can give any name which calculate the marks that have been entered in the input of physics, chemistry, mathematics. And here this total equal to physics plus chemistry plus mathematics. Okay, what is my next step? My next step is step 4. Okay, step 4, calculate grade. Now try to understand, this calculate grade will calculate how much total. It will, let's calculate grade will first calculate is member function which calculate first average and it check its grade. How will calculate average? It calculate average equal to total by 3, and if the average, okay, if average is between, suppose average between 90 to 100 and A plus grade, okay, then again average is between 80 to 90, A grade, okay, like that. B plus grade from 70 to 80, 60 to 70 B grade, and if the average is below 40, then F grade. Okay, it's very simple. So this is a function of average, calculate grade. So this program is a simple demonstration of how to create the class, how to assign the input to the class, and I will show you how to write the program also. Whatever I'm explaining to you, I will write a simple program which will take the input for this name, branch, year, physics, chemistry, mathematics, total grade. Will define member function which will calculate total for physics, chemistry, mathematics, and it will calculate the grade also. Okay, this is a simple program already, and already the codes are shared in the group by our classmates. I'm pausing here for just 30 seconds. Any doubts to anybody, let me know. Because there are some students who are not yet confident for the programming, I'm giving this lecture for the students. ज्यांना क्लासेस कळत नाहीत, ऑब्जेक्ट कळत नाही, त्यांसाठी मी सांगत आहे. ज्यांना प्रोग्रामिंग खूप चांगली येते, दे मे लिव्ह द सेशन, नो प्रॉब्लेम. Okay, I just pause here for 30 seconds. Let me know any doubts is there in this. No doubts आहेत का? Anybody any doubts? Now take any program in the world, any program in the world. Like that, suppose you want to print MIS for HGGS. Take one example. MIS for HGGS college. How will you do the MIS? It's very simple. काय करायचं लक्षात घ्या. I save it first. For MIS, what you will do? You will define function. Now you have to calculate MIS for HGGS college. How will you do it? It's very simple. Define member function for library. Okay. Hostel, okay, mess, then your account section for your fees, okay, for your account section. Now for the account section, you need to add fees in your data member. कशामध्ये करायला आपल्याला अकाउंट वापरायचं तर इथे काय येईल आपल्याला, इथे येईल fees type. Try to understand this. Okay, and amount. Fees type काय आहे, हॉस्टेलची फीस किती आहे, 20,000 रुपये. मेसची फीस किती आहे, 2,000 रुपये. कॉलेज फीस किती आहे, 1,00,000 रुपये. लायब्ररी फीस किती आहे. So depending on the fees type, depending on whatever features we are using, we are adding that data members in our classes. Try to understand this. For library, we need to define the class, and that's why, see, the program is very big. That's why now what I need to do, I have to here create multiple classes. Are you getting me or not? It's not so simple. That's why you are using inheritance. Inheritance म्हणजे काय आहे? We can define derived class with the help of base class. Can anyone tell me what are the types of inheritance? Single level inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hybrid inheritance. Am I right? Single inheritance means from base class, derived class, first type. Second is multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means what? You have multiple base class. First base class for student, second base class for library, third base class for your bus, and then you are designing another class from the student, library, and your what I told you, student, library, and bus sections. You define another class. It's called a multiple inheritance. Means you are deriving a single class with the help of this student class, bus class, and library class. Multiple inheritance means multiple base class, single derived, or multi-level inheritance. And from students, you derive admission class. From admission sections, you derive department class. From department, you derive the grade card class. So multi-level inheritance. Try to understand this. Single inheritance, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, and hybrid inheritance means we are using combination of multiple and multi-level inheritance in a class called as hybrid inheritance. Okay, so what I need to do, whenever I say I define the classes, define the data member, define the member function, and as one of our classmates told us, we are dividing a single code into multiple classes, and that class can be reused in another code. The power of object-oriented programming is we can use that class as it is as an object in another class. And here I have explained the program. Okay, I have explained the program only for single students. This is the program only for single students. Now here what I will do, I will create array of objects. Array of objects to print mark sheet of 100 students. 1,000 students, million students. Clear? Plus, see, you are taking the admission at GS college. So every time you are getting the grade card. You are getting the grade card for first semester, first year, second semester, first year. You are getting the grade card for second year, first semester, second year, second semester. You are getting the grade card for third year, first semester, third year, second semester. You are getting the grade card for BTech first semester, BTech second semester. What happened here? Again, you have same base class students, but you have multiple derived class. Depending on the subject, logic is same. Logic is same, calculate the grade. But every semester, your subjects are getting changed. Depending on that, you may create the class for that semester. Or you can ask the user, okay, you are from which class, which branch, which year. And depending on that class, branch, year, you are entering the input for that subject name. Are you getting it or not? So in this way, we are just covering the theoretical part of class. Now, whatever I have explained to you, I will explain you with the help of one example now. Okay, how much time is there? Only 6 minutes are left. Okay, in next lecture, I will discuss with example. Any doubts to anyone? I pause the lecture again for 30 seconds. Okay, doubts are ka kunala? Any doubt to anyone? You take, okay, give me any example, I will explain with the help of class. You give me any example, sir, ह्याच्यामध्ये classes कसा वापर सांगा मी तुम्हाला लगेच सांगतो. Give me any example in the world. बँकेत सांगू का बँकेचं क्लास कसं होतं? Should I tell you one simple example? Bank, yes or no? बँकेत सांगू कसं होतं? Okay, I just tell you how to do for bank. Okay, so this is example for class for students. Okay, class student. Okay, now I explain for bank. For bank, first step is create the class. Okay, class bank. Okay, so here name of bank, branch location, is branch address. Okay, bank name, branch address, branch year. Okay, state, district, and year of establishment, means when did the bank started. So first step, define a class bank. Now I need to define a class, another class for employee. Employee, where I will take employee name. एम्प्लॉय म्हणजे जे काम करतात ते बरं का, एम्प्लॉईचं नाव, कुण्या ब्रँच मध्ये काम करतात. ओके, बँक, branch address, and employee address. Okay, and their month and salary. Okay, just reduce the font, it is a little bit higher. Okay, this is another function, bank. Next, I have to define another class for account holder. Account holder means ज्यांचं अकाउंट आहे बँकेमध्ये. Okay, here account name, account holder name. Okay, तर तिचा अकाउंट कुण्या बँकेमध्ये आहे. See, your SBI bank has thousands of branches all over the India or millions of branches all over the world. Balaji Shetty account is in SBI Vishnupuri, Nanded district, Maharashtra state. So here I need to specify account holder name, and here bank, here in which bank this account exists. See here, this entire class is here, and my address plus, I'm giving you very brief to try to understand this. So how my code is divided into subclasses. And what is my next step? My step is first create the bank. Like bank name is here SBI, State Bank of India, Canara Bank, Maharashtra Bank. You can take any bank here. Here we are saving all the banks record here in this bank. Second thing is here, whatever employees are working in that bank, okay, here bank. This entire bank is the object here now. Okay, so here for that bank, who are the employee name, and his bank is there, and here bank, here address, employee address. Here I don't need this bank branch address. Okay, and here employee address, month salary, and here again for account. Now these are the customers who have opened the account to deposit the money or for the loan. So account is again two types: saving account, credit account. Again, your account may be for loan, account may be for your deposit account. Okay, so these are simply classes. I just create three classes. First step. What is my second step? Now my second step is write the member function, which will assign all the banks to this bank class. Okay, write the member function which will assign all the employee who are working for that bank. Write a member function which will assign accounts information to respective banks. This is for only storing the information. To retrieve the information, I have to write another member function which will retrieve the bank details, which will retrieve the account details, which will retrieve the employee details. Again, I have to write a member function to print all the account holder who have taken the loan, who have deposited the money. So like that, depending on my code, I used to write member functions to the classes, and I write the program in this way. Now I pause for 30 seconds. Let me know any doubts in this example. And currently in your third year now, you are learning DBMS, database management system subject. See the first chapter, ER diagram for banking enterprise. Entity relationship model. In that you have ellipses there and you have rectangles there. Whatever are written in the rectangle, these all are classes. Again I repeat. Okay, just I show you with the help of diagram, immediately you understand. Banking ER diagram. Okay. Now here you can see, I just show you. Okay, see a simple example. See, this is the bank is there, bank code, bank name, bank address. So all the things that are written in the boxes are called as entity relationship model. This is a relationship. This is entity. Entity name is bank. There is one class of name bank which has code, name and address as data members. There is a class of name bank branch with data members, address, branch number. There is a class for loan with attributes, loan number and amount and loan type. There is a class of customer with phone number, SSN number, name, address as data members. There is a class of name account with account number, balance and type. Clear? So there are how many classes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 5 classes to be defined. Now define the member function which will give the input for bank, and depending on our requirement, we create lots of member functions, and we use these member function in our code. So in software world also, for every database management system project, any project in the world, there is always ER diagram. And we have divided the code into multiples entity relationship model, and we create the classes, we use the classes. Now, any doubts to anyone? I hope this example is clear. वेदांग समझ लगा? वीरेन,
हो सर.
विवेक, हर्षदा, सुप्रिया, ओंकार, समझ ले? Yes or no? Let me know your reply, please, immediately. Yes or no? Now, my next question to you: can you design the software now on your own? To design the software, what you have to do? Try to understand. To design the software, just you have to think. Okay, now let me know banking ER diagram. What do you want? Suppose school ER diagram, school management ER diagram. Just I give some example. Immediately we have the confidence. Software design is very simple. See here. For school, what you need? For schools, you need parent information. So this is a class for parent. Here ID, name, first name, last name. Then you need the student information. Now this is the base class parent. Student class is derived from parent class, one-to-one class. Now students have the parent and student's name, student first name, student's last name. Now students enrolls in a school. Students enroll in a school. They take admission in a school. Okay. Name, first name, last name, ID, and students hires teachers. Teachers have name, first name, last name, phone number, ID, address, and this teacher is assigned a class. Okay, and they teach the subjects. Now you can see here, try to understand. This is the school ER diagram. So what we have done? We have divided all operation into some classes. We have created the classes. We have created the objects. Now you know in C++ how to create the class. You know in Java how to create the class. You know in Python how to create the class. What you have to do? Create first ER diagram. After creating the ER diagram, create the classes, create the objects, and write the code. That's it. So in our Django, in Python Django, when we will cover Django concept, we will do all these things practically. Whatever I'm telling you theoretically, I will tell you how to do all the things practically. You can see any example. Suppose blood group, blood bank ER diagram. For blood bank ER diagram, okay, you know what happened in the blood bank? Donor go in the blood bank, they donate the blood. Okay, donor after donating the blood bank save this blood in their blood bank. Whenever a patient is there, patient asks for the blood. It's very simple. Now see what they have done. See, donor is there, donor ID, donation number, donor group. Okay, this is donor information is there. Donor donate blood. Is that blood group? Donor ID. Donor ID means this is the donor ID. Status means is donating is available, not available. Okay, and once you donate the blood bank has the stock. Donor ID, amount of blood. And whenever a patient need the blood, patient information is there, and this blood is issued to the patient here. So create the class for donor, create the class for blood, create the class for stock, create the class for patient. That's it. Now I hope idea is more clear. Any doubts to anyone? डाउट आहेत का? क्लियर झाला कन्सेप्ट? येस और नो? See, we have to learn. We don't have to learn Python theoretically. Try to understand. We should know why we are learning. Once we know what is class, what is object, we also must know where to use this classes objects. त्याचा फायदा काय? क्लासेस म्हणजे काय पटपट सांगता आलं, ऑब्जेक्ट्स म्हणजे काय सांगता आलं पटपट पटपट, मेंबर्स, मेंबर फंक्शन, इरेट सगळं माहिती, पण कुठं वापरायचं तेच माहित नाही ना. सर्वांना समजलं? येस ऑर नो? लेट मी नो नाउ. येस ऑर नो? Yes or no? Please reply in text mode. In next lecture, I will tell you in Python classes, objects. मी आता जे काही theoretical सांगितलेलं आहे, एक एक्झाम्पल मी तुम्हाला लाईव्ह करून दाखवेन, म्हणजे तुम्हाला कॉन्फिडन्स येऊन जाईल. क्लिअर आहे? थांबायचं इथं आपण. प्लीज डू नॉट मिस द सेशन्स फ्रॉम मॉर्निंग 9 to 10 o'clock because I have the feedback now. I have the feedback of BTech students. BTech students also want